Who would win in a fight? Come on, it's the classic question every single anime fan has debated for hours on end. You know the ones. Goku versus Saitama, Luffy versus Natsu. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if the real key to winning any fight isn't about who punches the hardest, but who controls the battlefield of the mind?
Okay, let's really dive into this because today we're unpacking a fascinating theory. It's the idea that one specific power from the world of Naruto could be the ultimate trump card in any universe. And nope, we're not talking about a spirit bomb or a gear fifth punch. We're talking about Genjutsu, the art of illusion.
So, to really get why this technique is so terrifyingly effective, we've got to break down what it actually is. This isn't just about, making someone see a few shadow clones. This is about rewriting their entire reality from the inside out. The key word here isn't just illusions, it's how they're made. The definition points right to it, manipulating the flow of chakra in a victim's brain. So, in essence, this isn't some hocus-pocus magic. It's a neurological attack. The user is literally hijacking the victim's own systems to create a world that feels completely real, because to their brain, it is real. And this quote, wow, it just perfectly captures the stakes. It's talking about Itachi Uchiha's Mangekyo Sharingan ability, Tsukuyomi. In the real world, maybe a single second ticks by. But for the person trapped inside, like Kakashi was, they can experience 72 hours of non-stop psychological torment. Their mind is completely broken, and their body is left totally catatonic.
All right, so how could this possibly work on someone from another universe who doesn't even have chakra? That's the million-dollar question, right? And the answer is where this theory gets really compelling. The argument is, it's not about magic, it's all about biology.
So, here's the secret sauce. Genjutsu's true power isn't about matching chakra levels. It's about exploiting biology. The technique works by feeding false signals through the nervous system straight to the brain. And, as far as we know, pretty much every humanoid hero in anime, whether they're a Saiyan, a Soul Reaper, or a pirate, has a brain and 5 senses.
Think of it like this. A Genjutsu user is basically a hacker for the human body. They project their energy, their chakra, into the cranial nerves and set up a kind of firewall between the victim's eyes, ears, and nose, and the part of their brain that processes all that info. And from there, they can feed the brain whatever reality they want, turning the victim's own body into their personal prison.
But wait a minute, you're probably thinking, you still need chakra to even start the attack. And you're right, which brings us to the next massive piece of this puzzle. What if all the different power systems we see in anime are just different names for the exact same thing?
This is what we could call the universal energy theory. It suggests that whether you call it chakra in Naruto, ki in Dragon Ball, nen in Hunter x Hunter, or haki in One Piece, you are ultimately talking about the same fundamental life force that exists in all living things.
And when you lay them all out side by side like this, the overlap is it's undeniable. All of these systems are rooted in spiritual, mental, or just plain life energy. Ki is specifically tied to the mind. Haki is spiritual will. A Genjutsu user isn't searching for chakra specifically. They're looking for that life energy network to tap into. And guess what? Every one of these universes has one.
Okay, so we've established the attack could be universal. But what about the defense? Surely these incredibly powerful characters wouldn't go down that easily, right? Let's take a look at the counterarguments.
So back in the Naruto world, these are the 3 main ways to break out of an illusion. You can either disrupt your own energy flow, get a jolt of energy from a friend to snap you out of it, or, and this one's a bit rough, use intense physical pain to force your brain to override the fake signals.
And this raises a fantastic question. If we're going with the universal energy theory, then the answer is probably yes. I mean, if ki and chakra are compatible enough for an attack, they should be compatible for a defense, right? An outside injection of a different energy signature from a buddy could absolutely disrupt the Genjutsu user's control.
So what this all suggests is that most of these defenses would probably work just fine across universes. Hurting yourself as a biological response, that works anywhere. But some universes have really unique advantages. A character with observation haki, for example, might sense the malicious intent before the Genjutsu is even cast, letting them avoid eye contact and stop the attack before it ever lands.
So it seems like there are defenses. A one-on-one fight is definitely not a guaranteed win for the Genjutsu user. But that's when we have to zoom out and think about the most powerful Genjutsu of all. The one that makes every single individual defense totally irrelevant.
What happens when you can't trust your environment anymore?
When you can't even trust the ground you're standing on or the sky above your head.
Yeah, this isn't about hijacking one person's senses. This is about hijacking the senses of every single person on the planet, all at once.
The infinite Tsukuyomi. This is the end game of Genjutsu. By projecting the user's eye onto the face of the moon itself, it casts one single, inescapable illusion that blankets the entire world. Everyone caught in its light is trapped in a perfect dream forever.
And this right here is the final chilling argument. How do you fight the moonlight? You can't punch it. Your ki blasts aren't going to destroy it. Your observation hockey can't dodge a planet-wide phenomenon. When the environment itself becomes the weapon, your individual power becomes meaningless.
So, it really makes you think, doesn't it? We always measure power in physical strength, speed, and energy blasts. But if your entire perception of reality can be stolen from you, if your very own senses can be turned against you, then what does being the strongest even mean? It leaves you wondering, if perception is the true battlefield, can anyone from any universe truly be called unbeatable?